My next guest, Adam Rizzieri, Chief Marketing Officer with Agency Partner Interactive, here to discuss the silencing of the president and the attempted execution of Parler by its competition at Amazon, Twitter, Facebook, et al. Adam, welcome to the program.
Good morning. Thank you, sir.
So let me ask you this. Parler was not well situated to deal with such a blow from Amazon Web Services. They don't have a plan B, and they went from being the number one app to nothing at all in the blink of an eye. What do you make of it?
You know, I don't know many startups that would be able to bounce back from a situation like this. I think what we're witnessing here, Steve, and I know you're a big free speech guy, and God bless you for it. Man, we are witnessing techno-fascism. We are witnessing one of the biggest attacks against free speech in modern history. What we've kind of witnessed here is big tech colluding to basically identify an up-and-coming competitor and put them out of business between a Thursday afternoon where they're number one on the App Store for downloads to a Friday where there's a threat that they're going to be suspended from the App Store, seeing Google literally cut them off. And then Monday morning, they are basically out of business. And that happened really, really quickly. This is a platform that had little over 10 million users following the election, and it was really presented as the alternative to Twitter. So it's very interesting to see how a group of non-elected people between Silicon Valley and New York City were able to basically point to a conversation in the national narrative that they didn't like, and just to see the action that they have taken to literally stifle free speech amongst at least 75 million voters. I think what we're seeing here is deeply concerning, and I think that there's a ripple effect from this that could turn around to bite the left right in the tail. So, you know, in terms of kind of the future of Parler, they have a lot of big challenges to overcome here, because noting big tech has sort of colluded around taking them down, they've also talked to other options, you know, other companies that could potentially remedy the situation for Parler and said, hey guys, don't touch them. Do not solve their problems. Do not host their applications. And so when you have big tech literally saying, we're not going to host your platform, we're not going to allow our users on iOS and Android to download your application, but then they also go and talk to the others in the market and say, hey, listen, Microsoft, you know, hey, listen, guys,
let me ask you this,
don't
Adam.
solve their problems. It's crazy.
Let me ask you this, because I'll use Facebook as the best example. Because the argument has been that they're a platform, they're not a utility. Because if they're a utility, they would be dealing with antitrust measures. I think they are a utility, as outlined very well by a colleague of mine here over the last couple of days. She says that everything that she does, as far as getting notifications from school about snow days or events, talking to parents, soccer practice, it all comes through Facebook. All of it. Nobody has a home phone anymore. Nobody has a directory where you can call my cell phone and figure out who I am. Everything comes through Facebook and social media and Twitter and so forth. It,
Absolutely.
in effect, has created itself as a utility, right or wrong.
Well, I would agree with you on that one, Steve. And if you look at the fact that Facebook can send out emergency alerts when there's an emergency situation in your city or in your direct geolocation, Facebook's going to send you an alert to let you know of the danger. I mean, that sounds like a utility to me, right?
Sure. That's exactly right. That's my point.
Exactly. And so when you're looking now at Amazon as sort of the infrastructure of the web, you've got a utility service now saying, you know what? We are not going to host your content. We're not going to allow your business to be a business. It's really crazy. I think when we look back at the fact of Section 230 and how Section 230 grants these, what I will say are utilities, how it grants them immunities from any sorts of user activity or user content. You know, if my drunk uncle posts stupid stuff to Facebook, Facebook's not responsible for that. My drunk uncle is. So it's really interesting now to see Apple and Google go to Parler and say, hey, Parler, you need to be responsible for your users' content. When at the same time, Apple, Google, Facebook, Twitter.
That's right. They're inconsistent. You can't hold one group to a standard and then destroy your competition because they were the number one trending app. Destroy your competition by applying standards you do not apply to yourself. Adam, I have to leave it there because we have to get on down the road. But I'll give you real quickly the last word.
Absolutely. I will just request your listeners to contact your representatives, talk to your politicians, contact the leadership of big tech directly, let them know what's on your mind, because we really have to stand up for free speech here. And frankly, I think our democracy depends on this.
I thoroughly agree. Adam Rizzieri, Chief Marketing Officer, Agency Partner Interactive. Thank you, Adam, for being here again. We'll talk soon.